I started my company because I got burned in the corporate world. I was in the corporate world for 13 years doing something completely different, making millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars for a company. And in the end, I was treated like a number after 13 years. They thought I was making too much money and they could find somebody else to do it for half or whatever less. Come to find out, that person lasted 3 months and they were gone. So when I started my business, I was determined about certain things, but one was to start slow, not go into debt, and just kind of figure it out. I had no idea what I was doing. I had a little bit of a background in construction, enough to be dangerous, but just determined not to ever work for anybody else again, to be independent in that way, and then also provide a company or a workplace that somebody would enjoy working for. So has that worked to perfection? Not yet, but I think most of my guys understand that I appreciate them and that they do a good job. They take care of our customers like they should and keep our image up that they've got a job for life. One of the hardest things I did, and the reason why I wanted to share is not only because I think most of us in this room agree Dimitri's a great guy, appreciate what he's doing for the industry, but I personally appreciate what he did for my business because it brought a lot of clarity. I'm now into another transition in my business where I'm trying to implement things, but the few things that I did that were on his presentation this morning made a night and day difference. So one is the truck wrap. I'm from Texas, so trucks are big in Texas. Literally, they're big. I don't like to show off, but I like nice trucks. I like to, have nice things or whatever. So I had a nice truck. That's the one I drove to Minneapolis. And I had just a basic sticker on it. So yeah, it got my name. People could see it. When I rolled up to a job, they could see that I was, at least had my name and wasn't a chuck in a truck type thing. I was very nervous about not only the money to spend on a wrap, because it could be anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 just to wrap your truck, but like the looks. I'm like, man, this is my baby. I don't want to mess it up. And you wrap it, it's pretty much done for life. It's not something you can go and take to a dealership and trade in and all that kind of stuff, which you can, but you'll lose money or whatever. So that was kind of my thought behind it. So I bit the bullet. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. So found me a good company. They made a pretty cool wrap, put it on my truck, and when they pulled it out of the shop, or I picked it up that night actually, I was like, holy crap, this is pretty sweet. I actually like the way it looked. So there's no missing my truck. That one is a big F-250, 2015 F-250 white, a little bit of a lift, nice wheels on it. It looks good to begin with, but with the wrap, everybody sees me. You can't miss it. It turns head. It's kind of cool because I watch people in the car or pass by people on the road, and you can see them look. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll slow down so you can get my number and my name. So, but that wrap paid for itself in the first week. I have a car wash membership, and in my little community, not a little community, but in my community in North Houston called Kingwood, there was a guy and just came over and approached me. I hadn't always typically have my shirt on. I had the truck there obviously, and he came up and I sold him a roof a couple days later. So now we take that truck, I have a Transit that's wrapped, and I have a new truck I just bought last week that's about to be wrapped too. And then one other vehicle for now, as my sales guy was anyways. So we have 3 to 4 vehicles, and now we go to the car wash and we get people all the time asking us. So if you're nervous about, all that being said, if you're nervous about that kind of stuff, don't be. It's one of the best investments that I've made to date. So it's on my website, it's on the community pages, it's on everything, and that brand building portion of that is huge. So $3,000 or $3,500, I think I paid for that wrap, and it's I don't know, I can't put a number on it, but it's maybe thousands of dollars. The other biggest thing is my website. I started off with Vistaprint, which Brent said he did the same thing this morning. Vistaprint, when I first started, was business cards, stuff like that, and they had an option to build a website. It was dirt cheap, and I kind of found out why earlier, but at least it gave me a presence online. But there's no SEO behind it. There's not a whole lot of customization behind it or editing and stuff like that. So I would suggest this, and the only reason I'm not up here, because I'm still small potatoes, I'm still growing, but all I can say is that from what he's teaching, I can see a massive difference in the way my business is going, especially this year. So, but the website is kind of like a central hub is the way I look at it. Everything feeds to that website. So today alone, and I've told Dimitri this, every time I see him in person and go to it, he's like a good luck charm. Like something happens when I show up to the same building he's in, and I get jobs that I've been waiting on to, oh yeah, we're ready to do it. I'm like, okay, cool. Every time. This morning, today, I've had 8 leads. 8 leads for me. Like when I was last year, I was looking at how in the hell am I going to get leads? 8 leads in a day is tremendous, and that's not going to be a normal day every day or whatever. I don't want to jinx myself. That would be fantastic if it was, but it all started with revamping and rebuilding the website. Again, a huge investment, $3,500, $3,000 or something like that, with somebody that actually knows what they're doing, cares about what they're doing. She's very passionate about it. I'm in contact with them almost every day. But they rebuilt my website. They control some of my Google advertisement and then the Facebook advertisement as well. But all the traffic that comes from those leads to the website, and I get emails every day for leads. I get calls off of, and so invest in your website and go over and above and beyond. So SEO is everything on your website, not just a cool website to click on different things, but put the pricing like Marcus Sheridan shared in Orlando. When he was talking, just like a light bulb went off. And he's talking about putting pricing on your website, which I know was, when I first heard it, I was like, man, that's kind of sketchy, but I listened to him all the way through and it makes total sense. And even today I was looking at something, I couldn't find pricing and I was frustrated. So I just backed out of the website and went on and moved on to something else. So is the pricing exact? Hell no, it's not exact. There's no way we can be exact. It depends, right? That's the 2 words that comes up. So what's your pricing? It depends. Of course it does. But I put a window in there, or a window of, I don't know, $300 to $520 a square on there. At least it's something. It's not exact, but it gives people an idea of kind of what they're looking at, and it goes into, why that range and what could have, factor into it and stuff like that. So little stuff like that, putting testimonials on your website, all that kind of stuff helps your SEO, helps you rank, which is a very slow process. But so those 2 things right there are huge and made a huge difference for me. Sticking my neck out and getting employees, letting go of the control freak thing. I'm a control freak. I'm very worried about people going out and ruining what I built for the last 5 years. My name, my image, my reputation, that kind of stuff. But, every time I've invested, whether it be in people or with my pocket and my wallet, it has paid off every single time. So I can sit there and be neutral and just kind of coast along or whatever, or grow this into what I really want to do. And in order to do that, you got to stick your neck out and do some investment, into people and with your money. So that's all I wanted to say.